Hi everyone, how are you today? Welcome to LUAN Live Sessions. Hope every one of you is doing fantastic. I want to give you a big warm welcome to our new series, We Share the Change. Accompany us to a kind series to explore the intersections that make life wonderful and give yourself a chance to examine your journey. Our main series is very close to our heart because it speaks about the essence and vision of Luan's Emotional Museum. We're not alone. We're more than 7.9 billion people on Earth, all of us sharing the same space. But we don't only share the physical space, we share moments, dreams, art, reflection. We share the same future. So if we were going together, we need to share the responsibility, not only of arriving at the future, but to make it better. To achieve it, we must be conscious of our decisions, because in the end, we can share the change for a better future. Today is an invitation to resist the temptation of normalcy and be consciously ready to act every day to transform our reality. We are firm believers in the power of community, kindness, and artful collaboration. Come to us into this journey of joy, reflection, and good questions about change. As French street artist and photographer Jean René, better known as JR, said, art is not supposed to change the world, to change practical things, but to change perceptions. Art can change the way we see the world. Art can create an analogy of new things. With this reflection, it is our great honor to welcome so many art professionals and changemakers from around the world joining us in today's edition of We Share the Change. Luan, international curated experiences that connect beauty, truth, and ethical reflection, bring inspiring voices from the intersection of art, ethics, and mindfulness into the lives of individuals on all continents. We're going to play a short Luan video. Could you play the video, please, Ceci?
How many times have we been told that it's wrong to feel? How many times have you walked and ignored the landscape? It's time to stop and think about what we can do today to change tomorrow. To realize that as long as the sun goes down and comes out again, there is an opportunity to make a change. Because if we can dream of a better world, we can create it. Let's explore beyond what we can see at a glance. Let's make our inspiration, imagination, and creativity the main elements of the world we want. Let's analyze our decisions and discover what drives us to go in a deep state of reflection that provides us with tools to create good day by day. May the freedom to play and the empowerment of our individual and collective ethics guide the way, feel, believe, and create. The change we're waiting for depends on us. LUAN Emotional Museum.
Thank you, Ceci. This series offers an interactive platform to encourage resilience, meaning, and collective conscience through diverse artistic practices. And we have some big news for you. For our June digital experience, we want to bring to the table the essence of our life as human beings, stories and conversations, because we believe we can change the world one conversation at a time. This experience is 1 month long in a creative and inspiring virtual environment where each participant will enjoy 20 pieces of content you can explore at your own pace in an interactive map, 4 events with guest experts, 4 toolkits and call to action guides, new content every day within our global community spaces, and many surprises along the way. We are delighted to invite you to be part of this quest to ignite better conversations and compassionate understanding among human beings. Join us into a new adventure, Stories Before Answers, starting on May 31st for $9.99 for the members of our community. And before introducing today's distinguished speaker, I would like to briefly share some speaking requests to help make today's session more interactive and engaging for all of you who have joined. At the bottom of the screen, you will see a control panel with a chat. Just go there now and write your name, country of residence, and your organization. In the control panel, you will also find the question sections. You are encouraged to engage directly with other panelists by posting a questions for them in the questions box. Please have in mind that you need to select the option sent to all panelists and attendees for everyone to see your post or question. Please submit your questions as early as possible in the session, as there will be a limit to how many can be answered. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Marion from LUAN Emotional Museum, and I want to thank you all so much for being here today with us. I see in the chat box that we have people from all over the world, and this is very, very exciting. It is my pleasure to welcome today Caleb Spaulding. He is a social entrepreneur, percussionist, and storyteller who brings 20 years of rhythm expertise to his work as an educator and facilitator. His mission is to use rhythm, music, and movement to inspire creativity, happiness, and playfulness in people of all ages and backgrounds. He's founded multiple companies, including the Heartbeat Movement, a meditation and yoga practice which incorporates live drumming. As a performer and facilitator, Caleb has performed as part of the Oprah 2020 Vision Tour, worked with Lenny Kravitz's Let Love Rule Foundation, and hosted workshops with companies like Google and LinkedIn. His work has taken him around the world, including Ghana, West Africa, where he began filming his documentary on the power of rhythm called The Rhythm of Happiness. There's more information on Caleb's webpage. As one of Caleb's clients shared, his music is potent medicine, helping us land back in our bodies, connect to joy, and find the rhythm of our hearts. In today's session, moving through change together, we will use the drum as an anchor. Caleb will lead us through a rhythmic breathing exercise, calming the nervous system and creating a relaxing rhythmic soundscape. This will create our home base for the experience. Participants will then be led through a guided and embodied meditation that will explore the power of change and how rhythm and music can keep us grounded in our ever changing world. We will explore how rhythm and change are interconnected. What is the importance of change in different states we will encounter with percussion? I encourage you today to be curious, to explore, and to enjoy this experience. Let's have fun together and let Caleb walk you through this enriching experience. Caleb, welcome and thank you so much for being here today with us. It's truly a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Thank you for having me back. It's such an honor to be a part of this community, this amazing group of human beings. And hello to everyone from all around the world who tuned in tonight. Today, whatever time it is, wherever you are tuning in from, I think what's so special about this experience is that we're all connecting from different parts of the world, and we're going to be really utilizing the power of rhythm, the power of breath, the power of heartbeat to tap into this unique space, this space digitally that we're in, but also the spaces physically where we are all placed globally. And so to give you a little bit more information about what I do, what we're going to be doing tonight, as Marion mentioned, my work is really all around connecting people to their rhythm. It's my belief that everyone, every single one of you has rhythm inside of you. It's right here inside of this little drum that is always beating. And we're really going to be connecting to that tonight. What I've found through my work traveling all around the world is that by connecting to our heartbeat and to our own unique rhythm, we can really be the happiest, the most fulfilled versions of ourselves. And this is a very unique time in our world. We're constantly going through lots and lots of change. And to have consistency, to have the feeling that we are safe as things are changing can be really jarring and challenging. So we're going to be using rhythm this evening to help us experience change in this micro cosm, this little example of our world. So for the next 25-30 minutes or so, I'm going to be leading you through a rhythm experience. It's going to be a rhythm meditation, which is very active if you'd like it to be. Perhaps you're familiar with the more traditional styles of meditating where you sit still and you breathe softly in and out of your nose. What we're going to be doing tonight is a little bit of that, but with much more invitation to move, much more invitation to tap into our own rhythm. And so for some people through this experience, that might end up looking like getting up and dancing and moving and shaking. It might mean drumming on your legs or on your chest or clapping or moving your arms around. It might mean laughing or crying or screaming. I want to give you the full permission to do whatever feels right for you in your body and whatever feels safe for you in your body. There's no right or wrong way to do it. The one thing that I would just request, as Marion touched upon, is to just explore. Let yourself try something new and maybe go outside of your comfort zone just ever so slightly. So the first piece of the experience is a segmented breath exercise, which consists of 4 sniffs in through the nose and 1 long exhale out of the nose. So that's going to look and sound like this. So it's a cycle of 8 beats that continue to go for about 5 to 6 minutes. I'm going to be drumming along the live drum to that cadence, to that breath cadence. And during that process, you might start to feel some tingles in your hands, in your toes, maybe even your head. Know that that is totally normal. If at any time it feels uncomfortable, that's always okay for you to go back to your normal breath. I will be drumming the whole time to serve as an anchor for you to come back whenever you're ready. And so again, my invitation is to try and stay with that breath for as long as you can, because what we're really doing with that is we are experiencing change, and we are actually really tapping into our own heartbeat, into our own breath in a very intentional and deep way. And from that place, we're going to be able to move into the second piece of the experience, which is what I already alluded to earlier. It's a guided meditation, but again, I don't want you to think of it as sitting still. Sometimes the idea of meditating can be really jarring and intimidating. This is super easy. This is for anybody, even if you've never meditated before. You have full permission to get up and move and just let the beat of the drum drive you. And again, remember that as the world is changing around us, rhythm, music is one of those things that can really ground us in the present moment and give us a sense of safety. So I want to challenge you to use the drum, use the sound of the drum to be a safe haven, a way to keep you in your breath, keep you in your body, and we'll move from there and we'll just explore what happens.
Amazing.
So,
something that we touched in another session, I think it was like 6 months ago, is about the benefits of breath work is that you feel the impact instantly. And
yes.
meditation, sometimes you need to feel the effect after doing it, for maybe a period of time. So this is amazing that you're starting with breath work, because you can all feel it, kind of like the before and after in seconds, minutes.
100%, and I'm so happy that you added that. Thank you. That's exactly right. The breath work that we're going to be doing is really, it's a potent medicine, and it really snaps you into a place of relaxation, calm, and just being present in the body. And I think it's really an amazing time of day, at least where I am on the East Coast in New York, where it's 8 p.m. The day is winding down. It's a good time to relax and get into the body. Wherever you are, though, it's always a good time to get into the body and to just slow down, take a beat. And so that's what we're going to be doing together. So before we kick that off, I like to do a quick check-in. And what that looks like is, wherever you're sitting, just take a second and notice physically and or emotionally how you're feeling in this moment. And if you feel comfortable using the chat, maybe just drop into the chat 1 or 2 words how you're feeling right now. It could be tired, hungry, happy, sad, anxious, angry, whatever you're feeling, maybe, cold, hot. Would love to hear from you all. Excited, amazing, thank you. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing, that's also okay. Do what feels right for you, but I like to create the space where we can all just kind of hear from each other and know where we're all coming into the experience with.
David says hungry. Clara says tired. Erica says energized. We also have happy, at peace.
Beautiful.
Looking
If for some
forward.
reason I'm not seeing all of these, I don't know why.
I think they're coming directly to me. It's because I need to select the option, to send to everyone.
Got it. Perfect.
But I can be here, telling you everything that you see on the chat.
Thanks for reading those off. Peace.
Maybe that's peace.
Give you a couple more, maybe 30 more seconds. Just take another few moments and just check in with yourself. Where are you right now?
We have Antonio that says overwhelmed. We have Ceci who says happy.
Beautiful.
We have Barbara who's excited as well.
Awesome.
Anime, awesome. Grateful.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Thank you for sharing all that. And I'll share, just since I'm here and facilitating with you all, I'm feeling movement in my body. I'm feeling a lot of movement in my stomach, which usually means excitement of some kind, for me at least. I'm feeling tired, and I'm feeling grateful. So we'll go ahead and get started now. I'll lead you through the experience, and at the end of the experience, as you're starting to come out of the meditation, we'll be playing a short video for you just to kind of tie it all together and to really stay present, stay with that feeling of change through music and how it can really be such a powerful tool for us to use. So go ahead, Marion.
No, that's wonderful.
Okay, perfect.
Great.
If everyone can find, wherever you are, a seated position, a comfortable seated position. And if you feel comfortable doing so, I invite you to close your eyes. I also acknowledge that sometimes that doesn't feel safe, that doesn't feel comfortable. So if you prefer to have your eyes open, that's okay too. Maybe just bring your gaze downwards, just so you can really focus on yourself for the next few moments. And we'll begin with 3 big breaths together as a community. So take a big inhale through the nose, hold it at the top, and release it with a big sigh. Beautiful. Another big breath like that. Breathe in deep through the nose, hold it at the top, and release it with a big sigh. Once more, one more big breath. Inhaling deeply, holding it, and releasing it with a big sigh. Perfect. We'll start the 4-part breath now. 4 sniffs in, 1 exhale out. I'm going to breathe with you for the first few cycles, and then I will add in the drum. Here we go. Sniff, 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 breathe out. 2, 3, 4, sniff, 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 breathe out. 2, 3, 4. If you feel yourself being pulled away by any thoughts or by external sounds or stimuli, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. See if instead you can connect just a little bit deeper to the drum, to your breath. Disregard anything and everything else around you. Let it just be a part of the whole experience. Sniff, 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 breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Stay with the breath. Stay with the drum. Just a bit longer. Stay with it. Take a big inhale through the nose, hold it at the top, and release it with a big, loud, clearing sigh. Beautiful. Let's do another one just like that. Big, big inhale through the nose, hold it at the top, and release it with a loud, clearing sigh. And as your breath returns to normal, just take notice of where your body is, what it feels like right now. Notice any energy, any movement, any rhythm circulating around your body. Notice the movement, the dance of your breath as you inhale, exhale, as you inhale and exhale. Perhaps your breath syncs with the beat of my drum. Perhaps it syncs with your own rhythm, the rhythm of your heart. But my invitation for you, wherever you are, is to start to allow movement into your body if it feels right, if it feels comfortable. No need to force it. But as you continue breathing and you continue listening, notice how your body responds. listen to the beat of your heart, the beat of my drum, and the cadence of your breath, and see if you can form a dance, whatever that looks like for you. And let's go on this journey together. brought movement into your practice, slowly begin to come back to a seated position. Allow your breath to become long and slow once again. No need to rush. Come back to your seat slowly, naturally, safely. And as you make your way back to your seat, I invite you to bring your hands to your heart. And take a moment just to listen. Not to me, but to your own unique, beautiful rhythm. I want to invite you to notice any feelings, any emotions that begin to arise. And let them all be there. Let them overflow. No need to make sense of them. Just feel what your heart wants you to feel. That powerful drum, that powerful rhythm has so much to say, so much to show you, so much to teach you. It is the one constant driving rhythm amidst all change that happens in your life. It is always there. So take a moment now, tomorrow, next week, to just listen to your own rhythm. Sit in the stillness together, just feeling what came up, listening to your own rhythm. And I want to invite you to breathe in gratitude and love for yourself for making the time and the space to explore, to feel, to let go, to explore what is inside of you, to listen to your own unique rhythm. This was for you. You got to create this space for yourself. Let's take one more big breath together as a group, breathing in deeply through the nose, holding it at the top, and releasing it with a big sigh. And as you feel ready, taking your time, you can allow your eyes to open again and rejoin the space that you're in. No need to rush that. And as you're starting to readjust and just feeling what's coming over you, I'm going to ask Ceci to play the video for you. And just let this be a way to bookmark to end your experience.
There is the expression music is life.
Music is for life. Music is life, man. Music is healing, man. Music is everything.
There is rhythm in everything.
And rhythm is life.
The more you enjoy music, the more you enjoy your own life.
We drum for life, and then when drumming or rhythm is in you, you have life.
The rhythms, they are inside us. We live in rhythm.
Everybody has rhythm.
Everybody has rhythm in their body, in their speech, in their movement.
Human beings are naturally rhythmic.
I mean, weaving alone, at the end of the day, all these things are connected to music.
We're actually polyrhythmic organisms. Everything about us is rhythmic.
when I'm playing, I have a feeling like my body is hot. Like I'm doing something. Something is happening. Then I feel good. Yeah.
Wow, this is beautiful, Caleb. This is a project that I mentioned at the beginning, right? In Ghana.
Exactly. Yeah. I filmed that in Ghana back in 2017. Thank you. And thank you all for tuning into this experience this evening. I don't know if I'm frozen or if, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you okay.
Okay. You froze for a second, so I want to make sure. Do we have, I think one of the big takeaways here that I'd love to open up the floor on, if that's right with you, Marion, is just like how this experience was for you, how rhythm feels in your body, what came up for you in the over the course of that meditation, what some of the takeaways may be for you, and I'd love to hear from some of you and happy to chat about it.
Of course, for me, it was kind of like feeling in tune with my body, like being in flow with something inside that maybe not every day I, put attention to. So it felt kind of like being at ease, you know? That was for me. Like, just I think it feels more natural for me to flow with movement than to stay static. And most of the day we are static, right? Because we're at work or we're on Zooms or we're on whatever. Now we have Tanmay that she says energetic, relaxed. We have David that says inspiring. We have I dance and my hands vibrate. Yes, I also felt in the in my fingers like the tingling sensation. Lily says I was motivated to dance. I felt my body hot, a lot of energy. Yeah. Lang Joy says feels like coming home to my essence. Thank you and bless you. Yes. Erika says, sorry,
Go
it
ahead.
feels so in tune with who I am and what I'm experiencing. It brought me back to myself.
So amazing. I mean, all of these, thank you all for sharing all of these reflections. And that is all very in line with what the intended outcome of the experience is. It really is about coming back to home, as exactly as Lang Joy said. It feels like coming home to your essence. Like this is who you are, and we're all different, right? We're all different, and we're all the same. And so it's like, what is unique to you in this moment, and what can you glean? What can you pull out of that experience and take with you to your relationships, to your job, to your family, etc.
Amazing. Max says that he felt so connected with himself and with his heart.
Love it.
We also have Monica. It felt also to come home. No? Tanmay said, in pandemic times, it feels great to attend such music thing. Yes, I completely agree, Tanmay.
I love that reflection. That's great.
Mm-hmm. And then Eduardo says, it felt kind of like a pathway to meditation. Yeah.
I mean, I love that. And that's another thing that I share with a lot of my clients and people I work with is this is a really amazing way to start down that road, because I have found, at least for me as a drummer, there's always noise in my head. And I think one of the misconceptions of meditation is that we have to sit completely still and our mind has to shut off. That simply doesn't happen. We can't shut our minds off. There's always going to be that noise. And so the practice with meditation is really just calming it enough and just being able to sit with your breath. And so what I have found is that by having the music, by having rhythm, which is noise, it's chatter, it can tune out some of that chatter in our brains and be more of a like blissful and beautiful song, sound that is driving us through the meditative experience. So that's a great reflection. Thanks for sharing that.
Sophia says that I was feeling so much anxiety before this session, and now after this session, all the anxiety has gone away. Bless you and thank you.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that. That's beautiful.
And also, rhythmic music feel me positive, makes me feel positive vibrations. Yes,
Perfect.
we agree. We have some questions, Caleb, if you're open for it. But
Yeah.
someone in the audience is asking, why do music help us ground ourselves? What's the process inside and how does it work?
That's a great question. So I'm going to speak specifically to rhythm because that's what we're working with now. But music is kind of an extrapolation, or rhythm is the extrapolation, depending on how you look at it. Rhythm is grounding because it's the first thing we ever hear as human beings. So when we are in utero, we hear a heartbeat. That thump thump of our mother's heartbeat is the first sensation that human beings hear. And so it brings us, exactly as many of you said, it brings us back home. It brings us back to this very safe, childlike state, especially if you can have a drum or a rhythm that is close to the heartbeat, like a really low frequency, like a kind of like what I was playing towards the end of the meditation. It's very grounding, and it connects to our heart when we hear music like that. That's why, if you listen to disco, for example, disco music is like this, what's called the 4 on the floor beat. It's like steady heartbeat, sort of steady beat. It really connects to us. That's why those kind of songs, like, they make people want to really dance, like move and shake, because it's just like, it's hitting here, right? Whereas like music that's maybe a little bit more chaotic and all over the place, where you can't connect to the groove, it's not as grounding because you can't connect to anything. You're like, oh, well, there's the beat and there's the beat, and like, where am I going? So yeah, it's really, the more groove there is, the more we can get into a groove state. Once we're in a groove state, we're in this very, exactly as you said, grounded place. And so that's like how rhythm starts, and then music, again, builds on top of that. You can have rhythm in music. The way that a guitar plays, the way a piano plays, or any instrument, they play rhythmically, and they're all connecting to a groove. They're all connecting to this pattern. It's patterns, really. Patterns, it's consistency. We feel safe when we feel pattern, and that's why having routines in your life is so important, because it's rhythm. It's keeping us safe. It makes us feel home.
Max is asking, what kind of like tips would you give us if we want to start, connecting with rhythm on an everyday? Would you recommend kind of like touching or like drumming or doing percussions with our body, like 5 minutes a day? Or would you recommend, something else or?
Yeah, great question. There's so many options. I mean, first and foremost, I think that's exactly right. Like hitting, or not hitting, but like feeling your heartbeat, listening to it, just like feeling it is a really great start. And if you can mimic that, if you can pick it up and then like just play along with it on your leg or stomp your foot, it's a really great way just to get some movement into your body. If you have a way to listen to music in some capacity, whether it's live or through a CD or a tape or a record or online, whatever it is, if you can listen to a music that makes you happy, and just close your eyes and really listen to it. Because what we do a lot of times is we listen to music and we're doing something else. We're answering emails, or we are commuting. We're using our eyes, right? And when we are looking around and using this sense, we aren't really using this sense to the fullest. So we really want to try and find moments to close our eyes and turn off as many other senses as we can and just turn on our ears. That will really allow us to tap into that power of music and how it can really affect us deeply. But yeah, I think the best way to start is just by like connecting to your own heart and just bringing any kind of movement in. any kind of rhythmic movement. I mean, like even just like punching the air, like this is rhythm, right? If you could just do that, like that will engage you. Jumping jacks, like rhythmic. It's really a form of dance. So the more movement you can bring in, movement equals rhythm.
Okay. We have another question from Tan Mei that says, why people have fear for not accepting new things, and how can it be connected, to rhythm or to changing rhythm, no? Or
Why do people? I just want to make sure that why do people have fear for new things?
or not accepting new things? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a great question. I think it really boils down to like the fear of change, and there is a safety that we feel with consistency, and that's comes back to routine, that comes back to pattern, that comes back to, in this case, rhythm. If there's a pattern and you hear, like if you're listening to a song, just to use a song as an example, and there's a consistent pattern, and all of a sudden it changes directions, it's jarring, it throws you for a loop. And you might be like, what? I was liking the way that was going, why did we have to change? And we have to reorient ourselves in those moments, reconnect, recalibrate, and that just can be really scary and uncertain. So that's just in a song setting. So now let's like take that into life, right? If we're, I mean, a great example is the pandemic. We had patterns in our lives. We were living life a certain way. It looked a certain way. We were used to it. Everything cut over 90 degrees, right? In a way that we had zero practice. We had never lived life locked down. We had never had to wear masks. All these different things that we had to do, whether for health reasons or societal reasons or whatever, that's hard to change. It's a new pattern, and it is uncomfortable to add a new pattern into your body because you're just so used to doing the same thing.
Whatever feels familiar, right? So then
Exactly.
it's kind of like easier being on the comfort zone.
Exactly.
Amazing. We're gonna address two more questions, and then as we're about to close. But Ahita is asking, how can we reach deeper levels of consciousness through rhythm or through percussion?
I love that question. It comes with time, and like not time like years, but like duration of these types of experiences. So, if we were doing that for about 15, 20 minutes, if that would have been like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, you would have gone even deeper. It really is like, it's how long it takes for you to let go. The sooner that you can let go of all the things like, oh, my neighbor's talking, there's a horn honking, I forgot to fold my laundry, I have to get back to my boss on that email. The sooner you can put all of those things off to the side and just be present, the sooner that you're going to go in. And then once you go in, you'll go deeper. And then once you go deeper, you'll go deeper. So it kind of depends on your situation and on what the stimuli around you are. But the other thing is like consistency with patterning. So purposely with what I was playing, I was kind of adding different chaotic elements. I was doing things that were changing the rhythm to demonstrate how change is happening and to encourage you all to stay with your breath and to keep the consistency. Sometimes in my practices, I will play the same thing for a really long time. By playing the same rhythm, the same pattern, there's more of a trance element. You'll go deeper into that space of like deep unconsciousness. And so it really just comes with practice and breath and letting go, surrendering.
And then last question, Sujay says, I'm a student. I'm 19 years old from India. Mr. Caleb, you are such an inspiration. It's beautiful. And Sujay is asking, how can he become better at drumming? Because sometimes he feels that it says, I sometimes feels that my inner critic kind of like brings down all my creativity.
That's very well said. And first of all, thank you for your kind words. I'm truly really touched. All of you have such nice things to say, so thank you. And you hit the nail on the head. You're spot on. That inner critic is the thing that stops so many of us from these types of creative endeavors. It starts with, and this is going to sound maybe really simple, but it starts with giving yourself permission to do it, to try it, to maybe not be that good at it right away, right? Because like there is this tendency as humans to compare ourselves constantly to others around us, and it's really important to just be with yourself and to give yourself permission to try something and to be a little messy, to get it wrong the first few times, and to keep practicing. So there's that. And then I think logistically speaking, I'm sure you've heard this countless times, but you know, with any musical instrument, with any skill really, it just takes practice. And personally, I've been playing drums for 21 years, and I still feel like I'm just getting started. So you know, it's a journey, but it's a journey, and it's worth it. It's worth the exploration.
It's worth doing it, no? Even though sometimes
Yeah,
it's not good enough, right?
exactly.
No, amazing, Caleb. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone who has joined this session from all over the world. We had such an incredible community here today. People connecting from Mexico, from Venezuela, from India, from Sri Lanka, from Kenya, from Philippines, many other countries around the world. We encourage you to follow us on Instagram and YouTube for the latest news. Our next session will be next Wednesday, May 19th, with Nicole Bosky. She's a creative strategist, experience designer, and leads character building training. She believes that learning to coexist with others begins with building foundational aspects of our own character. And that's why living in community is a lifelong practice. She is the founder of Primal Gathering, an environmentally, socially, and psychologically regenerative gathering used to restore people, forests, and ecosystems all over the world. During next week's session, we will explore what makes a community regenerative. Is it the lifestyle, the ecological structure built on the land, the seeds planted into the ground, or is it a daily practice, something that we have to work on within ourselves consciously and consistently? In this talk, Nicole will share why cultivating particular aspects of her character is foundational towards building a sustainable regenerative community and requires constant daily practice. She will also share some tools to help cultivate it. Click on the link shared in the chat to register. And for June Digital Experience, we want to bring to the table the essence of our life as human beings, stories and conversations, because we believe we can change the world one conversation at a time. Explore with us how every encounter with vulnerability and compassion helps us rebuild the social tissue and allows us to discover the shared space to live in unity. This experience is 1 month long in a creative and inspiring virtual environment where each participant will live and tell personal stories through everyday objects and artistic expressions, have more than 20 hours of content between audio and video content to discover and learn all benefits of good conversations, explore profound questions about trust, unity, and division among human beings, participate in weekly LUAN Live sessions with renowned speakers in an active format, and feel the support of a hopeful and action driven global community. We are delighted to invite you to be part of this quest to ignite better conversations and compassionate understanding among human beings. You know, that's pressing subjects and how we see how the world is right now. Join us into this adventure, Stories Before Answers, a digital experience from May 31st through June 27th. It will be a fantastic opportunity full of content, new speakers, guides, toolkits, and daily content in a private virtual space. To all members of our community, the experience has a meager price of $9.99. You can pay it for yourself if you want and invite the ticket to someone without the resources to attend at $5 for our Luan Fellows. This is only the beginning of a new adventure offering you monthly content designed and curated by Luan. You can try the experience with a one time payment or take advantage of the price and sign up for a monthly subscription. Our promise to you is that you will always be inspired. And yes, the Free Wednesdays events will continue as you know it. Drop a line in the chat if you want to receive more information. Ceci will send you all the details. And we can't wait to hear your story. Come inside and be part of this journey. Thank you again, Caleb. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic afternoon and great rest of the day. Stay safe and stay healthy, and see you very, very soon.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.